Hello.
Hello again.
Back. Do you think anyone watched our last video?
Yeah, I think loads.
If you did and you liked it, we would love for more subscribers. I think we've got 3 at the minute. But it's one video.
I know, that's very
3
true.
on 1 video, that's all right. We've only just started.
You know, when we get to 25 million, people will be going,
You think we're going to last
do you know
that
what,
long?
I was number 4.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, I think people will say that. I think they'll say that.
I don't think they'll care. So what's today's topic on Mr. Duff?
We are talking about cholesterol.
We are. I have got some notes here because I found that much information. I can't remember it all. I'm not that clever.
That's all right. No, you are.
Yeah.
You are clever.
So should we care about our cholesterol?
Personally, I don't think we should, unless we're eating the wrong diet.
Ah, yeah, that's a good point. That is
So,
a good point.
If you're eating a lot of carbohydrates, that kind of stuff, then cholesterol's going to be...
Right. Let's get to that in a bit.
Right.
Shall we wind it back to like what we found out for in the very beginnings?
In the very beginnings.
In the very beginnings, which if you've been looking for cholesterol information, you should have come across Ansel Keys by now. He was a scientist that claimed fat was bad with the 7-country studies. And what I've just found out through my own research is a paper's been released in 2015 because that was fraudulent data.
It was. Totally. He picked. Cherry picked.
But
Yeah.
what? He was being paid by the sugar companies to make the data fit what they needed to hear. So
Sorry. No.
We're not saying who. We don't know who. We just know
we
they were
have no
paid.
idea who it was.
So there were 2, right? There was John Yudkin, who discovered it was sugar. He got shut up, and then Ansel Keys said it was fat. And do you know what else I found? So this paper's been released that there's been falsified data back in, was it the 1950s, something like that, 1954 I think it was. And there's a guy called Henry Haas. You have to be careful how you pronounce that, don't you? And I'm going to quote what it said from. So I read this paper. Well, I read a section of the paper. I didn't read all of it. And quote, he says, a strategic opportunity for the sugar industry to increase sugar markers' share by getting Americans to eat a low-fat diet. Unquote. I mean, what does that tell you?
But with Ansel Keys, it was about the president, wasn't it? At the time, he had a heart attack.
Yes, he did. You're right.
He had a heart attack, and they were all, "Oh my God, why has the president had a heart attack? Oh, it must be fat."
That's right, because he was very well connected as
he
well.
Was
wasn't he?
totally well connected.
Yeah, so I'm going to turn the page because I need more notes. He was. Oh God, that's so true. Yeah, you can go and look this up yourself. There's loads of new evidence out there. There's loads of people. They've got actually the links, which is how I found the paper. So it's not public, sorry. It's not a public, I do this quite often, it's not a public paper, you have to pay to read it. But I signed up and you get a section of that for free, like as a taster. You can buy it if you want to, but the ones, I found it through Dr. Chaffee. I'll put a link like I did on the other video for any doctors that were mentioned who were
I'll tell you what, that'll be another video. Why does the world not want people to live longer?
Just hold that thought.
Yeah,
remember we talked
about
throw that
one
nuggets? Let's
later on.
Nuggets.
We'll do that one.
Because that's more of our opinion. Please keep in mind, we say this in every video, we are not doctors.
No, we are not.
We are just investigating, finding our own research, experimenting on ourselves and passing on information. If you choose to use it, it's up to you entirely. Please check with your doctor before you do anything. That's it. We're just covered. We're just covering our own S's. Because we're not telling you what to do. We're just showing you what we found.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah, totally.
And it's because of it is through our own
experiences.
Yeah. And doctors' results.
Totally.
So this video's come from 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, I got very excited because I got invited to, I thought it was a special one. I got a letter
Oh, yes.
Invited to this
well,
massive...
you were quite special.
Not really.
You were one of 5 million.
Yeah, but then when I went to do it, I overheard them say that, anyone can apply. You just need to sign up. So I'm not special at all. So I got super excited, and they were doing tests.
Yeah.
They're doing research on diabetes and heart disease. I was like, I'm having some of that. I'm going getting some blood taken. It's becoming a hobby of mine. I do it quite regularly now. So I went to have my blood tested, which I won't get the results back from the blood test, but he did a finger prick test.
Yeah.
And he said it's for your cholesterol. Now it did raise it gave my triglyceride as well as my cholesterol, which I thought was brilliant because I'm always curious to know. I'm more interested in that than my cholesterol, as you know. Now I've been told I've got high LDL before when I started going keto, and then it freaked me out because I'm like, oh my god, this keto thing's not that good, I'm gonna die. But then I did some more digging, and that's not the case at all. It's actually alright to have, I feel.
I think the fact
to have high LDL.
The fact we turn up every day, we're very, very rarely ill.
Yes. Or if we are, like
it's
just a
like,
couple of days.
Yeah, just a couple of days or something
like
like that. So you're quite young.
Not that young, 48.
Well,
48. That is.
But yeah, I'm not on nothing.
No.
I don't take
so
any.
You're 12 years on me. Are you 61? Oh, you're 61 this week. Happy birthday to Martin.
Next Thursday.
This Thursday. We're on this week.
Oh yeah, sorry, this Thursday.
It's Martin's birthday soon. So Martin's going to turn 61.
61.
On no medication whatsoever.
No, but you don't need it. If you eat the right foods, you'll be fine.
You will.
Sorry,
right.
I digress.
And he does this all the time. You'll get used to it. And I just say, and I'll listen. I'll wait for him to get out of his system, and then I'll come back to what I was saying. So do apologise. It's just what we do. It's what we do. So back to the thing. So he took my blood. Remember? Do you remember telling you?
I do remember that.
And it's this young lad. It's about 23. Not looking so great himself. A little bit overweight, if dare I say. And he said, "When did you last eat?" I went, "About 6:30 the evening before." And I'd also been to the gym, so I've been training. And he said, "Oh right." I said, "It's just your cholesterol's a bit high, your LDL." I said, "Oh right." I said, "I'm not really bothered about my cholesterol." Yeah. And he looks up, startled. He's like, "Well, why?" I said, "Well, what?" I said, "Have you got any triglycerides? Have you got that?" He said, "Yes." I said, "They're 1.04, I think he said." I was like, "Plumbing heck." I said, "That's lower than last time I had it done." I said, "That's good, isn't it?" He went, "Yeah, it's good. I said, "What about my blood pressure?" And he looked and he went, "Yeah, it's good." He went, "That's really good." I said, "All right." And he'd also measured my waist circumference, which was 70 centimetres, which I know is below the recommended, because they're markers, aren't there? There's markers,
what's that work out in
indicators.
inches? Do we know that?
30, is it 30, 29?
Ooh,
something
hello.
like
Sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that.
Anyway, we digress again. No, so he was really surprised. So there's indicators, isn't there? So is there 4 markers?
Yeah.
So they have your cholesterol, your triglycerides, blood pressure, and your waist circumference. It's waist to height ratio, which you can work out anyone. There's calculators online. So 3 out of 4 were absolutely perfect, better than perfect, and he's pulling me up on my LDL. Can I just say at this point as well, my HDL was double what it should be.
Yeah.
Which is really high. No, that's a good thing.
They
see it as a good thing.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it doesn't add up. It doesn't. How can every other marker be good, but just because my LDL is high, they perceive it as being bad?
You've got to think of it as cholesterol is moving fats around your body. That's all it's doing. It's just moving it around your body, and it's trying to repair things that are not working.
And what had I just done? Not working, just repairing tissue, muscle.
Because you were pumping out.
I've been working hard,
muscles
tearing
going.
Muscle. So that's one theory that we have. So I don't know this for certain.
It is.
Another theory is that I eat a lot of saturated fat.
I don't think it's that. But
I know,
okay.
but there's cholesterol in fat, so
Yeah,
it
yeah.
could be just dietary cholesterol that's in there.
Could be.
It could be that. I'm just saying what it could be. What I found out is, and have a look at, I'll post a link to the actual video. Dr. Paul Mason explains this miles better than what I'm going to try and do. So your LDL starts off quite big. So you know how we've discovered these large and small
like
particles of LDL?
Yeah.
So it starts off big, doesn't it?
It does.
And it stays, I think it starts as VLDL, then it changes to LDL.
Yeah.
And then it deposits cholesterol into cells that needs it, and
Absolutely.
it starts to shrink.
Mm.
As it starts to shrink, there's only one thing that then makes it dangerous, and that's oxidization.
Mm-hmm.
What oxidizes it, Martin? What makes
Sugar.
it dangerous? Sugar. Now, I don't eat sugar. I'm not eating barely 5 grams a week of sugar. All carbohydrates.
Mm-hmm.
I've gone full on carnivore, fat. I've been eating this way 5 weeks before I had the
At
blood
least.
test.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, I'm not eating sugar. So then, where's the danger? Where's the danger?
No.
I don't see any, especially when my other markers are so great.
Yeah.
So that then turn it around to what you were saying before about having sugar. Depending on what you're eating, cholesterol
Absolutely.
could
100%.
be dangerous. So there's two sides.
Yeah, there
to this,
are.
isn't there?
If you eat sugar, your cholesterol will go up because it's trying to repair the inflamed arteries.
Right, I've got some other information
Oh,
here that
go on.
you don't know about yet from another video I've watched.
All right, I love
It
that.
was Dr. Chaffer was talking to another doctor. Can't remember his name. Again, I'll find the video and I'll put it on the link before. I've been meaning to talk to you about this before we did this video because I knew it was important information. And you know what he said? He said, you know when they find the fatty deposits and they blame cholesterol on the arteries because it's trying to fix it, it's actually blood clots with cholesterol in.
Oh, right.
That's what. So that's all I'm going to
didn't even
say.
know that.
I'm going to post a link to this video because this is the kind of thing I do. I sit and watch videos and go, oh my God, it's what? I believe these people. Okay, so this other doctor who's
doctors.
saying they are all doctors, they just realise that it's not cholesterol that's causing heart disease and they're trying to find the cause rather than just ease a symptom.
Yeah.
This doctor's type 1 diabetic. That's how he's gone down this path and found this. So that makes it
does.
more believable
It
because
does.
he's got a personal story himself. So yeah, so it's not actually, it's just that cholesterol's in the clot. So now they're blaming cholesterol for this thing that's
Well,
happening.
I always
It's
said
not
that
the
to you, didn't I? I
cholesterol.
always said that to you. You know when doctors say, oh, he's died of a heart attack. We looked at his veins and everything like that. It was full of yellow fat. Cholesterol was built up. But if you think it's a bit like blaming firemen for attending a fire. So you got all the firemen. So if you were an alien coming from outer space and you go, oh, who's causing all these fires? Oh, I think it's all these firemen. Because they're always there.
And they're
by
trying
the
to
fire.
help, which is what cholesterol is doing. It's trying to
Exactly.
repair
It
the
is.
inflammation in your body that's caused by sugar and carbohydrates.
But you think,
Because
if you think,
insulin's always
that's right, if you had a massive amount of sugar and you're all inflamed and there's loads of firemen there,
Yeah.
you can't get through. So it's gonna ruin it all. So
Sorry, I'm just making notes for something that I want to mention later on. I've got a quote here from Dr. Chaffee off one of his videos. He says you can't say that cholesterol causes heart disease if you reduce cholesterol and heart disease triples, which is what's happening.
yeah,
Heart
totally.
disease, diabetes, dementia. I've got another quote somewhere.
Oh, we're gonna have to do one on dementia. I seriously want to do one on dementia.
Let's hold that thought.
Yeah, I know, only
But
because
it's a bit tricky because we don't suffer from it. Have we got anyone
Yet.
close to us with it?
actually I've forgotten about it already.
That's not funny. There's some people out there with serious issues with this. We know Fred. I suppose we could. Can we do that?
I don't know.
We know.
But we
We
love
know
a
one
lot
or
of
two.
people that are struggling with dementia.
Yeah.
And
It's
we'd
not a
love
light
to help.
topic, so we
No,
need
it's not
to,
a light topic at all.
I think we need to be careful
Yeah.
where
Alright.
we tread with that,
Alright.
Martin.
Well, maybe.
Please, can we? Yes, just leave that there because I'm a bit worried.
No, I think
I
we
don't
could.
know,
I think we should do it. I think we should do.
It's a very sensitive topic to a lot of our customers, and we need to be careful what we say because
Alright.
we don't want to upset people.
Fair enough.
Okay, so I am just reading some of my notes because there's some really juicy bits in here. So again, I'm going to bang the drum on Dr. Chaffee because he's big on this at the minute. And he was saying, he explained in another one of his videos that the rate, since everyone's been following the low fat dietary guidelines,
Yeah.
the rate of obesity, heart disease, strokes, cancer, Alzheimer's, autoimmune disease, mental illnesses, Alzheimer's, ADHD, they've all increased. A lot of them have tripled since this dietary thing. So it begs the question of, and the thing is, they're pointing the finger, you're not doing what you're told. How many of you out there are doing what you're told?
Yeah.
I was doing it.
Yeah.
Low fat, high carb, working my ass off, move more, eat less, didn't work.
Yeah.
Made me ill. How many of you feel like that? It's not because you're doing anything wrong.
No, that's
It's
the
the
guidelines.
model's wrong.
Yeah.
The model is wrong, what they're telling us to do. And very passionate about this, it really frustrates me.
No, you're absolutely
really
right.
frustrates me. Oh, anyway. But yeah, as always, don't just take our word for it. Look at the links that I'll put below. Follow the doctors the links that I put below and off the last video because this is where we're getting our information from.
It is. Loads of
They
stuff.
are brilliant doctors that are looking beyond easing a symptom.
And
They're
to be
looking
honest,
for the
if you've
root
got any
cause.
questions, if you've got something that's been niggling you for years
Yeah.
or whatever, we can talk to you about it.
Yeah, pop it down.
We're not advocating
We're
our
not
advice
giving
is
advice.
right.
but if it's happened with us, we can say, well, we
Yeah.
did this.
We did that.
Just have a think about it.
Yeah.
We're not telling you to do anything. Oh, there's a thing.
All right.
So this is a fun fact, okay? Did you know that coconut oil
Oh yeah. Come on.
has more saturated fat than butter? So coconut oil, 96%, butter, the same quantities, 66%.
And why are they pushing coconut oil then?
That's another video, something to do with religion, unbelievably. But that's another video I need to share with you that you've not seen yet. So
I didn't even
I'm
know
so
that.
ahead of you. Oh God, it gets quite. It's almost, what's the word? Conspiritual sounding.
I know what you mean.
But it's not. It's real, and there's proof that it's real now on another video that you've not watched yet.
That's all right.
Right. So they did a study with this coconut thing. They on these people, I can't remember how many. I've not written it down. So the people who ate butter, their LDL went up. The people who ate coconut oil, their LDL went down. So if coconut oil has more saturated fat, how the heck do you blame cholesterol
Exactly.
for heart disease? It just doesn't.
Very true.
None of it adds up, which is why we're here sharing all this information.
It is. It's funny. We're going to be meeting up with a doctor later on, just for drinks.
I'm hoping.
Because it's my birthday.
I'm hoping we're not going to scare him. To be honest, I'm worried
No,
that it feels
to
like
be
we're
honest, when
pouncing
I
on
spoke
him.
to him 5 years ago about what our theories were, he was like, no, this is how we're taught. We do 4 years being taught how to be a doctor.
How much of that information
Is diet.
is diet?
He did 1.5 day. 1.5 days.
Wow.
And it was mainly about carbohydrates, grains.
Oh, did I tell you about the conversation? Got rather heated last week at I do sewing. I had a sewing class, and there was I didn't know she was a cardiologist, but there was a cardiologist there, and she was trying to convince me that heart disease was genetic. And when I mentioned,
hey,
there we go. Sorry, we went down a little bit there. Someone rang me, and I've not put it on night time.
I've also put the lights on.
But why did you do that?
I thought he looks quite nice. I quite like that. Actually, I look like I've been on a holiday.
So,
a little bit.
Holidays. I'm getting my vitamin D levels up in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So what were we saying?
We're not against sun, by the way.
That's another video.
That's another video. I'm just saying we're not against.
So this lady. So I was almost rowing with her, and the other two ladies in my sewing class were like, "You can't say that. She's a cardiologist." And I'm thinking, that's just a title. What book have you been taught from? Because you don't know the information that I know.
That's the thing. No, you're 100% right.
It was bonkers, but they were like, "Oh, you can't do it."
Well, to be honest,
I'm going to do it. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it.
Well, to be honest, I've been to my doctor's. Well, I only go for a well-man checkup. So when they look at what I've actually done, you know, they go, "Oh, when did you register?" And I went, "Oh, 1984." And they're like, "You've not been in here apart from a checkup?" I go, yeah. That's all I do. I'm not ill. I'm fine. But I asked them to send me through my last 4 or 5 things, and they've sent me through one.
With nothing, not the cholesterol on it.
Absolutely no cholesterol or anything on it. Oh, I'm not knocking them. They are lovely.
They're better than mine. You've got more information on yours than what I get.
But yeah, it was just interesting. I said, "Well, can you send me through the last 4 or 5 times I've been over?" And she went, "Oh yeah, no problem." I do think they worry about me.
I am considering changing my doctors because there's something else has popped up, and I think I know the reason why. I don't want to go live with it just yet because I need to get to the bottom of it. And rather than my doctor saying to me, which I feel she should have, saying, "Oh, these are the things that possibly could have caused this to happen," she went, "Drink more water." And that's actually not the reason that I've discovered. The reason that I discovered is because I'm eating more meat and I'm more muscly. That's the real reason. Yeah. So I'm waiting for her to ring back so I can just have a little conversation with her. But yeah, she's useless. It's just like, put you on a pill, drink more water. That's not the answer.
The thing is, they're taught for the majority of the population. So we don't eat the way we used to eat. And it was funny, I saw this thing in the paper the other day. It was like, if you want to be well, if your grandmother couldn't recognise it, don't eat it.
Yeah.
So it's got to be meat, veg, that sort of stuff.
Anything in a packet has stuff added to it. Why? So you read a packet, half the names I can't even read, I can't pronounce.
Yeah.
Why would you want to eat that? It's not if you don't know what it is, why are you putting that in your body? So what I wrote down before.
Sorry, so many things I was thinking about and I can't say.
Anyway, this is a go.
Manuel was one of them.
You're so naughty.
I know, sorry about that.
Glucose monitors. Have you? I don't know how much time you spend on social media, but definitely like TikToky things. So they do the Facebook Reels, things like that.
Should we do that for the next?
Do you remember we said about hold your thought? Before we started the video, just let me finish.
All right.
So people are getting these. I've seen 2 now. They're getting them and they're sitting eating like a baked potato, and you've got your results like how high your blood sugar goes, which is not a very good thing, by the way, people. And they show like 2 hours before. So he had nothing else on it. He just ate a medium-sized baked potato. That was it. 2 hours later, his blood glucose rose massively. Then it dipped a little bit, and then 3 hours after, it came up again. Another spike, just from one potato.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So that's over 3 hours, 4 hours probably by the time it come back down. And by then, you're hungry again if you're eating like that. So then you're doing it all again. So constantly your insulin's up, which is causing the inflammation in your body, which is all over.
Maybe when we think about it, if we were, I don't know, Neanderthal, right? You come across a potato. I'm not saying. I'm
I
not.
just had a thought. Walking
So
around.
you eat. Sorry about the phone.
Oh, the phone.
So you eat
it.
a potato. You're absolutely right, and the body goes. Actually, there's a lot of glucose in this. We can turn that to fat. We'll store it.
Right.
So then it drops really quickly to tell your body to eat another one, because we can store that as fat. And I wonder if with modern day foods like burgers and buns and all that kind of stuff, you eat it and you just feel like you've got to eat again all the time. It's just right back in there.
Possibly, but another angle on that could be,
All right, might
you
not be
know
that.
how it turns to glucose in your body,
Yeah.
and glucose is sugar. Sugar is very addictive.
Ah, very true.
So there's that element as well, which there's probably something of that.
But I think that very much the early in the back of the brain is saying store as much as you can
I get that.
when you come across food.
I get that, but
I've
that
never
would
liked
be
it.
that would probably be in summer when all the berries and things are out, because potatoes wouldn't have been readily accessible, would they?
No, I know they're underground.
I know, but this is what I'm saying. So there is an element of that, I think, regarding fruits and seasonal fruits, but
Which
maybe
is
not
probably
potatoes.
why they're small. You don't get a big strawberry, do you?
You do now. Been genetically modified, like everything.
You're right, because you look at wild strawberries.
They're tiny.
Yeah,
Absolutely, and they're not
That's
as
a good-
sweet.
That's a good thought.
So anyway, right.
Anyway, we digress
But I
again.
think we've covered everything.
We have.
I
So
think we've covered everything that we've pretty much kept on topic this time. And to be fair, that last video was like uber long, and I'm thinking no one's going to watch all this. So
how long's this one?
I don't know. Let's
Uber
cut
long.
it here. There is going to be a cut in the middle because someone rang me. Thank you. Whoever you, I know you were. I'll have to ring them back in a minute. So what should we stay tuned. If you're finding these little bits of information interesting,
To be honest-
please subscribe. We need subscribers just to help
We
get
do.
this word out. We're helping a much bigger cause. There are so many doctors and scientists out there at the minute banging this drum.
Yeah.
Cholesterol is not the cause
It's not
of
the
heart
killer.
disease. It's
If
not.
you are having or being advised to have statins,
Here's a question for you that I've learned.
yeah, go on.
So I told my doctor I would not in no way whatsoever be taking a statin, because there's evidence out there that it just doesn't work. It shows that they don't work. Ask your doctor for evidence on what these statins do for us, and they won't be able to show you anything, and then you can make your own mind up.
True.
On that note, we will see you next time.
We will.
Fabulous.
I quite like to do it. I
This
want
is
to
the
do.
worst bit, so we're going to have to turn the thing off because of the way we're doing it. We're learning. So I'll go round and...
Well, we could say goodbye and then you could edit it.
I can't, it's not... Yeah, I could. Okay, right, I'm going to edit all this lot. We will see you next time.
See you next
with our
time.
next topic.
I do want to do Alzheimer's.
At some point.
All right. Okay. See you soon. Love you both.